let's go on over to the women's side of our top 5, and of course, we once again have some crossover there as well. I think our 5 are kind of the same, just jumbled up a little bit, except for a spot here and there. So we both have. Oh no, excuse me. Yes, we do have both. Both have Io at 1. I have Rhea, Naomi, Liv Morgan, and Becky Lynch hitting the 2 through 5 spots. You have Naomi, Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley. So we both have those. And then you have Stephanie Vaquer, who I have in my honorable mentions as well. And then you have Liv in your honorable mentions. So we're seeing a lot of the same things here out of these 5, 6, 7 ladies. Man, the top of WWE and the women's division is so good. The middle is also so good. There's probably 10 names that I wrestled with, and I'm like, well, it could be her. It could be this person for this reason. And you look at NXT and how loaded it is. You have Jordan Grace as an honorable mention. I mean, dude, it's so stacked that you can argue it and you can move around, I think, 1 through 5 a lot. And I wouldn't have a problem with it right now.
It's just women's wrestling's taken over, dude. Like, it's so good. Like, in-ring work, some of the best. And then just storylines. Like, you look at like what Naomi's doing, what Becky's doing, like thriving. On top of Io's thriving. And then we're about to have, Stephanie Vaquer. We're going to see if she can handle the workload. Like, she's about to get the ball. And then, Liv Morgan's not even here now. And wait till she comes back. I mean, it's stacked everywhere.
Yeah, the Naomi thing, obviously, we had our list pretty well solidified before we knew the Naomi announcement. Obviously, rumors had been abound for a week or two, but I never want to take those rumors out of, away from someone before they announce it, and didn't want to make any sort of assumptions there. Roxanne Perez has got to be in the mix. I think Raquel actually has been working much, much better over the last month as well. I think she's starting to tap in a little bit more to that NXT Raquel that we saw, and working as like a little bit more of a bigger power, sort of player with her stature and whatnot. So I'm loving what Raquel's work has been. We've seen great things from Kairi Sane before. She could easily work herself back in there. Asuka's in the same boat. We have our U.S. champion in Julia. I mean, dude, the women's side of things is stacked, and we haven't even really touched NXT with JC Jane and Blake Monroe. And I mean, dude, it's just so good right now.
Well, and then you have maybe the greatest women's wrestler of all time, Charlotte Flair, just kind of
by the way, Charlotte
kind of hanging back. If she goes to Raw and turns heel, she'd be instantly 1 or 2 on this list. That's how good she is. So, like,
Bliss is in the same boat, though. I mean, with the reactions that she's getting and her promo work and everything else, if Bliss was in the the individual scene right now, you could easily say the same thing for her too.
No, and that's how good, just so deep, dude, and so many women that should be, we keep tooting Chelsea Green's horn. It's kind of like the Karrion Kross effect. Like, the fans want her. Her body of work speaks for itself, and it's just, I guess it's not her time yet, but she's getting a little bit of bump now. So hopefully we can move her up the list and get her in this top 5, because she is a great heel and just so good on the mic.
So we're definitely leaving one person out, Maddie, and I am ready to be hurt again with what I'm about to say. I'm ready to be hurt. I'm ready to be hurt. Bianca Belair.
So I thought about her, but I was like, what story do we put her in? Like,
so that's the thing. If she comes back refreshed and not as the EST, does it change your outlook? I don't even know that it has to be a heel Bianca Belair. It just needs to not be the EST. Like, I need something fresh from Bianca.
Yeah, it's not, what she's doing now is not working. I mean, it was the same thing with Becky Lynch a couple of years ago. We've seen it with so many different, I mean, Rhea's over, but I mean, you could make a same statement for her. It's just,
that's fair.
You have to, we've seen Jericho do it. We've seen other wrestlers. You have to evolve your character. We've seen Roman Reigns do it. We've seen countless wrestlers evolve. And I think that's, the body of work speaks for itself, but you have to, Bianca especially, like, she's so good, but she's got to do something completely different.
That's interesting. We have so many characters as I'm sitting here scrolling through the roster right now that are kind of on the precipice of needing a little bit of a refresh. So let me just give you some names here, Maddie, and you tell me if you're good with their current character or if you feel like they need a little bit of a fresh coat of paint. You
Ooh.
mentioned her just a minute ago, but Rhea Ripley.
Hmm.
Like how
She's
desperately
in the
does she
middle. I
need?
think she can stay right now. I think she just needs new feuds.
Okay, okay, all right. What about Liv Morgan when she comes back? Can she go back to the same Liv?
I think that's my big. I think she needs something different. I think
Okay.
we're just kind of. That's why I did left Roxanne Perez off my list. Is because it's like I know she's got to go to Live, and then the Judgment Day. So it's like what to get her on her own, kind of doing her thing. It's going to be a
Mhm.
while. So it's almost like a slow burn effect, you know.
Yeah, there's no real doubting like her look, her
No,
entrance, what she's doing in the ring. Roxanne clearly has the package. It just needs to be put on display in a singles format, like as her
right.
own character, and then she'll probably be there.
Easy.
For somebody to level up and somebody that we've been talking about for quite some time and has not had the best series of matches since her time in WWE, Jade Cargill.
Oh, definitely. She needs a new shade of paint for sure.
Okay. Last but not least, Chelsea Green.
I think people need to take her more serious. So to do that,
Yes.
she's got to do something. I
Yes.
mean, we've talked. I don't remember who we talked about. The Secret Service just doesn't work. If you
It's
had like,
okay. It's
yeah,
okay, but it just like I
it
think it's
doesn't.
kind of ran its course a
Yeah.
little bit.
When I don't know who you were talking. Whoever said the muscle, like having a Jordan Grace with, I think it was Naomi. If you did that with
Yes.
Chelsea
Yeah,
Green
yeah,
and
yeah.
just had somebody,
Right. Is that
yeah,
part
I
of
think
it
that would
that
be
the
perfect.
Alba Fire and Piper Niven aren't quite credible as like her muscle?
No,
Okay.
no, you don't need. Yeah, it's ran its course.
Yeah, and we're getting something different
It's
with Bailey.
funny,
So
but it's
right,
yeah,
right, right. Yeah. So with us talking about Bailey already, we know we're getting something different with her. So I'll leave her out of that conversation and wait to see what we get, and hopefully it is. I think it has to be something different with whatever they're teasing there. But I'll ask you the same thing that I asked with the men, Maddie. Who do you feel like could jump into your top five by the end of the year?
it just I think long term, we know Roxanne's got it right. We know
Yep.
Stephanie Vicure's got it. That's why she's at 5, and I think this whole thing with Naomi's expedited that process. So we're going to see a lot more of her on display. You see my honorable mention with Jordan Grace, Blake Monroe. There's so many girls on the NXT roster. Sol Ruka, all of them. Like they could be on
Yeah.
the roster in immediate impact. But yeah, Chelsea Green's huge. Like I think she is as close as you can get to like she should be leveled up by now. I don't see why with her like she carries SmackDown sometimes. So to me, yeah, I mean it's just tough, dude. Like we talk about Charlotte Flair, my God, like I love the program she is. I don't, but as a heel, she is just so fucking good.
I think I'm split between two of the shorties and Roxanne Perez and Jordan Grace.
Yeah,
They're not terribly different in stature, but they're very different in like how they work and the way that they present themselves and that sort of thing. But they're both so good at exactly what they do. And so once Jordan Grace levels up to the main roster, I mean, I think she's just gonna, fit right in and go to the big time there. We've been waiting on that for quite some time. And Roxanne Perez, look, if she wasn't in this Judgment Day angle, you could argue that maybe she was already there, but she was kind of floundering, quite honestly, on the main roster before they threw her into Judgment Day. And so you kind of have the built-in story whenever Liv Morgan does come back, who is somebody that's in my top five, in your honorable mentions, we both think is a top talent, no doubt. So I think because of that, it's going to kind of do wonders for Perez once that feud happens.
yeah. I just think you need more good heels. We see it like Io's doing her thing, but Becky's like on fire. She's killing it. Like as a heel, Naomi was killing it. I think Liv kills it when she is a heel. I don't know. She's going to get cheered when she comes back, is what I'm expecting. So that's going to make things interesting.
Who do you think Becky's next? I mean, I know her next opponent is going to be Nikki Bella, but now she's kind of had two feuds. The feud with Lyra, and now she's got this feud with Nikki Bella. She's been able to sink her teeth in, but she hasn't had anybody to, I would say, punch back at her weight quite yet. Who's next on that for Becky Lynch? Like, who can she make?
It's tough too because it's the Intercontinental Championship, so it would have to be somebody up and coming that's probably a face. And then you have to have somebody who can do promos with her. That's tough, man.
Is it just Jordan Grace?
That would be awesome. I mean, the ragdoll effect, it could be, she could muscle her around. So it would be very entertaining. I think Jordan Grace is so unique that there aren't a lot of like skill sets like hers, just big and powerful like she is. I mean, hell, that would be a money feud, I think. But we might get Nikki Bella for the next 4 months the way Lyra's feud went.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's so interesting because Becky has done such good work with the title, but yeah, she's only really had a couple of feuds. I mean, she hasn't. She had what she had at Evolution with Bailey and Lyra. That's gone by the wayside. As you pointed out, it's going to be Nikki for probably at least one go, right? Probably two with the way that they're booking Becky, and then we're going to have to wait to maybe Survivor Series to really get our answer.
So while we're talking women, what are some fresh feuds you think we need? Like, obviously from the main event, we got Vicure. We don't know who she's going to fight.
Yeah.
So what's the answer there? We got Io and the Kabuki Warriors and all that. That's, but then we got Rhea here.
Fine.
So is it just going to be Rhea and Io versus the Kabuki Warriors? And then
I didn't think about that. Probably now that you say it, but I don't like it. So just being honest,
it's the that's why we got football during the fall, right? Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I guess but they're not going for titles. And I don't. Do you want to see Io and Rhea as like a super team to take on Flair and Bliss at some point?
I don't know.
Is that enough to freshen it up for you?
I mean, that's kind of what we were bitching about with the tag division, is not having,
enough teams,
any depth.
Yeah.
And now we're getting it and we're bitching about it. So,
yeah, no, it's
weird.
Yes and no, because it just feels like you've got two top stars in Io and Rhea, with Rhea needing maybe a little bit of a character shift, and they're not going to take that on apparently, and so it does just feel like they're just trying to find something for him to do. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's coming together necessarily organically, if you will. So is what it is. Maybe it does take some NXT call-ups though, because there's some folks on the main roster. Let's talk about. We were just talking about Becky, her match with Natalya last night on Raw. Didn't do anything for Natalya. Don't think it did a whole lot for Becky. They could have let Natalya. So WWE is still in this weird spot where they have Natty going and doing the Bloodsport thing as Natty, not Natalya. She separated those as two completely different characters. They're going back and forth on social media like that Becky wants Natty. She comes back with Natalya. Would it not have done more for both of them if she would have came back as Natty last night?
How dumb was that? Like, why have they not transitioned her character?
No idea.
There is nothing appealing or nothing that you can take less serious than what her character is now. We're bitching about how characters need to evolve. We need a new shade of paint, and we finally get it with Natty, and now they keep it,
which has been forever, by the way. It's been forever with Natty. I like what she's doing with Bloodsport. I like what she's got going on over there. I like the edgier character. Think it would have done a whole lot for that match last night. Instead, we got kind of ho-hum and nobody was really invested in that match. But yeah, I think that's what it's going to take for either men or women to break back into our top five. Is we're going to need somebody to evolve, up their game a little bit, and give us something different presentation wise.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think what I've noticed from these lists is just we need fresh feuds, man. Like the feuds we're getting right now are kind of stale or just not really, they're not clicking like they do during WrestleMania season. So maybe they're just holding back because of the time of year. But I mean, if these It's just tough, man. A month from now, it doesn't feel like it's going to be a lot different, like TV wise.
Maybe it's just a weird part of the WWE calendar, and maybe we're figuring out now that we have this show that not every part of the season is WrestleMania season. I mean, you
Right.
and I were talking about how excited we are for football season. I'm sure by the time we get to week 8 and some Thursday night god awful, Browns versus Saints,
Yeah.
that we're going to be like, not every part of the NFL season is glorious either. And I think maybe that's just kind of the lull that we're in with WWE. So I think the talent is there on both sides for somebody to step up and jump into the top 5. It's just a matter of when and where and what they're going to do with their characters. So, anything you got, Maddie, before we get on out of here tonight?
Yeah, just looking at the roster. We're looking at the women right now. Maybe not now, maybe not 3 months from now, but there are going to be a lot of returns, a lot of call ups that are going to really inject some new life into us, whether it's Naomi coming back, Liv coming back, Jordan Grace appearing, so many different characters, or, the Bailey. We got 5, 6, 7 women, Bianca, that are going to come back and just kind of rejuvenate us. And then are we ever going to get this WWE draft? I think that's kind of where we're at. It's kind of overdue at this point that we need to kind of switch up what we're watching on a week to week basis.
That's a great point, because we are sitting here struggling to kind of find new feuds. You got people that are kind of off TV right now. You need that shakeup, and we're needing just kind of all of these fresh faces in different places. And you've already got who was it, LA Knight that we said, or LA Knight and Sami Zayn, right? That switched brands. All right, man, what's the holdup? Give us a draft. Give us a shakeup. Everybody loves that episode. Everybody loves to see who's going where and doing this and doing that. Why are we doing the one-offs? That doesn't, like, why also, why can we not get a la the NFL? Tell me if you think this would help, Maddie. What if they opened up a trade period, like 2 times a year, and you said the general managers could work out a trade, and you were waiting throughout the night to see who got traded to what brand?
So much better. Or like the contract signing, like, you do it in the main event. Somebody's coming back. Bianca Belair. Who is she going to sign with? Raw or SmackDown?
Right.
Make a big deal about it. She's talking to both champs. I don't know. Like, there's so many things you can play off of to really spice it up. So hopefully they take our word for it, and we'll see these characters evolve and hopefully switch up the brands a little.
Yeah, I think they can pick and pull and choose a little bit from real life sports and kind of inject that in to WWE, and you can make some magic there happen. So, all right, that'll do it for Maddie Reiser.